Music Multiverse listeners, and welcome to Beyond Your Radio Album Listen Challenge Redux 2025. We've revamped the show. It's important to challenge ourselves in listening, and we feel that the program needed a reboot because we want to be all Hollywood and shit. Anyway, what do we mean by Redux? Well, the album we picked will be picked by me until such time that you out there in the Music Multiverse send us albums and challenges. The idea is the person who brings the album will talk about the band, the album, the date it was out, and that's it. And then it's passed to the panelists, and then they weigh in. So this is our second time doing this. So let me go around again as to how this works. It's a one album challenge to the entire field of panelists that wish to show, or those that wish to duck and hide. They don't get on the show. No. Do they get exposure? No. They become popular? No. They just go and come and go as they please, and we don't pay. Sorry, if you're thinking to get money, it's free. The person who suggests the album gives all the initial information: the name of the album, the band, where they're from, the year it was released. They'll list the songs and the overall length of the album if it's necessary. If it is given by an audience member, one of you out there, you can come on and give that opening part. Okay, whether you've got a powerful voice, a little voice, or you want to do it in sign language, I don't care. Let's come on, challenge us.
I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong place. I thought this was my online hearing.
You're guilty.
Yes, definitely guilty. Son of a. Anyway, those that accept the challenge that are here on Zoom today will be introduced one by one. Each one will give their impression of the album, as well as what they maybe were expecting before they started, other tidbits maybe. They'll score the album as we have in the past. Yes, I'm allowing decimal points now. Stupid idea, but it works. And they will let us know where it falls at the end in their wheelhouse. And I'll give you those in a minute. Then we'll get an overall ranking on the average by the panelists. That album that scores the best for the year will move on into album wars at the end of the year.
I forgot my protractor.
So right now, currently, we only have one album that we've already completed, Eva Carboni, and that scored a 22 something. I'll have to look back, but she is in the lead, but no competition. So she's probably watching right now. No. All the way from was it Italy?
No. Sardinia.
Yeah. You thought I'd remember that. Final comments by the suggested person of the album will then be done. Any other rabbit holes, those kind of thing. So, but before we get into the challenge, obviously, if you have not subscribed, there's never a bad time to do so. We don't want you to miss any of these programs we put out there. If you are a subscriber, well, you are forever in our music loving community. Let us know you're there, though. A comment or two is always nice, even if it's like, what the hell are you talking about? More importantly, send us that album you want us to, put on this album listen challenge.
Maybe that's the way. Like with social media, everyone always like, I don't subscribe. I don't click on this. Maybe we just click and subscribe to everything, and then it all goes back to normal.
Yes. Everyone's a winner.
Yes. Winning.
Even that guy in the Williamsville basement.
On the panel tonight. That junk email. Yes.
On the panel tonight, she's always up for a challenge. She's always up for a review, or perhaps a visit from Robert Plant. Damn, Deb Armitage Hicks Maloney. He's calm. He's cool. He's collected. But on the inside, he's waiting to EDM on all our asses. Jeff Young.
Wow.
I knew it. If she knew what she knew now, would she still want to know what she knew then? Philosopher Queen, Susie Q. All right. So here we are. Are you ready for this one?
Yeah.
All right.
Go. Give
so
it to
tonight's
me.
album is a debut. It is the title of the album is Morganway. I don't know if there is a Morganway, but there's a band, Morganway. So clever them. They self-titled their debut. Good part here is they don't have a song called Morganway, so it's not Bad Company or Big Country or all those other. They are from Norwich in the UK. This was released on August 2nd of 2019 on the UE Records. Don't know
What's
that
that?
one. I don't know. I didn't look it up.
Okay.
The song list for you all out there. It starts with My Lovin' Ain't Gonna Save You, Let Me Go, You Can Only Die Once, In a Dream, with parentheses coming home. Then we have Frozen in Our Time, London Life, makes sense. Hurricane, New Way, and that's New and Space Way, not New Way like Morganway. And Daylight Rising, I See People, at least it's not dead people. I Want No Other Love, as where it ends, 11 tracks, decent 49, 50 minutes, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, so let us begin this album listen challenge with Susie Q, since she's freezing in the cold over there.
Oh, I gotta do the opener. All right. Okay, so I have listened to this album 2 times. Once in a vehicle and once at home. And I have to say, I think again, the vehicle, I don't always catch all of the details and it kind of loses some depth. So second listen, I enjoyed it more. I found I found the talent to be more than the first hit. I think it was described to me as being kind of a classic rock Americana type album. And I get that. I also, I guess, kind of like maybe rootsy rock, a little bit folksy, but not I feel like there was a whole we're back in what 2019. I feel like there was this whole movement of people trying to be indie and folksy and this and that, but it sounds fresh. And again, going back to 2019, it still sounds like it could have come out yesterday, in my opinion. I like the blend. I thought the blend of the lyrics and the music and the melodies and the singing all worked really well together, especially again the second time. The first listen again, I was kind of like, huh, sounds kind of one-dimensional or something, but there's a lot of rich textures to it. I went a little bit further off of the actual debut studio album and caught a few live performances as well, because I just always like to do that. And really good live. Even hit on a bluesier note, I think. You can really, I think the personality comes out, in my opinion, even more so live. Just my opinion. I guess maybe I'm drawn to that too. I don't need it to be perfect and smooth.
Right.
So yeah,
Nice.
so good band, I think a good find. And I would say overall, I think it's relatable, and enjoyable.
All right. Are you ready?
Sure.
Artwork.
You know, I mean, 2.5.
Okay.
Like I guess, yeah.
No reason to pontificate.
It's a nice looking group of people. I just, I guess if I was gonna put out an album cover, I'd want to really. This might be your one and done. Like, say something. I guess I don't know. Express yourself, or maybe that was it. Maybe they're like, this could be our one and only chance to be on an album cover. So here we are.
Could be.
Album covers,
I don't know.
in some ways, don't matter as much as they used to, but that's by choice. You can still make it matter.
Yeah.
Just tell AI to do your cover for you. No, what?
Huh.
Flow.
Well, I would just say a 3.
Band and melody.
And I just want to say on the flow, I think unless you listen to an album like a lot, I don't know, like, maybe I need to listen to it more for it to be like, oh yeah, that all makes sense. Like just a couple listens, I don't think it matters quite as much because I'm more listening to the individual songs. But what was that?
A band or band melody.
The melody I like, but I'll give it a 5.
Ooh. Accessibility.
Possibility.
What does that mean again?
It means how easy was it to get into and listen to? If it's hard, it's a 0, a 1, a 2. If it's easy and right in there, you don't have to struggle. And struggle doesn't mean it's bad. Struggle sometimes can mean the struggle is great because it's deep.
So meaning it's easy to listen to or not?
Yes. Can you get into it, or you're going to have some sort of, thesaurus, a script of how music is put together, an abacus. I don't know.
I like those.
I would give it a 4.
Okay. Production.
I'll give it a 4.
All right. Let us move to Deb.
Oh, it's my turn.
Your
Hello,
turn.
everybody. Okay, well, I like the trivia of all of this, so I will tell you where they got their name, Morganway.
Okay.
2 of the band members are twins, Callum and Kiernan. Don't know their last name, I can't remember. But their grandpa was of a prominent stature in their little town of Norwich, and his name was Morgan, and they named a road after him, Morgan Way. So the name of the band is named after their grandpa, and who doesn't love
Okay.
that?
I,
They should have put that street sign behind them.
Yes, there you go.
that might have, yes. They
With like a
more
direction to
bands
like
should call us
success.
before they do anything.
Mark, is that the road to
really
the
should.
Morgan Fields?
Yes, it's a road to Morgan Fields.
So, I didn't know what to expect with this band. I had not heard of them, even though they're relatively new. They've had a few albums, haven't they? Mark?
This is the debut.
So I didn't know what to expect. And when I saw the name Morgan Way, and I knew they were from England, I thought maybe like workhorse, because a Morgan is a workhorse.
Okay.
So, but they come from a farming type community, and their last name, their grandpa's last name was Morgan, and maybe he's the family who made the Morgan horse. Who knows? But I didn't know what to expect. I didn't read anything about it, put the album on. I'm going to tell you, this band sounds so much in about 4 songs like Fleetwood Mac. They are Fleetwood Mac, Lindsey Buckingham, and Stevie Nicks are in this band. Their harmonies, the style of music, it brought me back to 1974 or whatever, after the Bad Live album without Stevie and Lindsey, right? So, I would say that those were those types of songs on this album is what I liked most, because I like Fleetwood Mac and it was very familiar to me. But some of their other songs were a little bit more wild, not as harmonious. Let Me Go was one of them. Hurricane, a little bit more feverish, a little bit more that had this like Celtic feel to them too, with fiddles and things like that, that crunchy guitars and stuff like that. I listened to it 3 times, and the 3rd time through, Frozen in Our Time.
Diamonds are cut so deep, it paves the way, sail on through snow lakes. We are frozen in our time.
I thought that sounds like Dire Straits, and the guitar sounds like David Gilmour to me. I thought they were channeling Pink Floyd and Dire Straits together, and I thought this is kind of cool. And I don't know if they did it on purpose, or they even knew, or if this is just the way they write and perform songs. So I enjoyed it. I mean, with the Saturday, release album releases that we do, Mark, and we get 5 or 6 albums every week. There's some really top-notch ones in there, and this wouldn't hold up to the ones that you choose usually as far as for the new year and that. It was still good.
Okay. So I'll go to you with the artwork.
2.5. I gotta throw a fraction in there.
It's fractions time. Flo.
Flo, I would say, since I enjoy that kind of music and I didn't want it to all sound like Fleetwood Mac, so I was glad that it kind of switched up. So I gave it more. I gave it a 3.5.
Okay. Band melody.
Oh, I gave it a 4.5.
Accessibility.
4.5.
And finally, production.
Well, I'm so bad at that, so I'll just say 4.
Okay.
Never produced an album, so I don't know.
Well, by God, you better get on it.
That's on my bucket list.
Well,
Yes.
I don't, and I feel like we've compared in the past now on different shows, like different bands to Fleetwood Mac, and I'm so unfamiliar with Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, it's before you. It wouldn't have been anything that
You
you
probably
probably
have
later
heard
in
songs,
life.
but can't think of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you guys are a little too young for that.
Mm.
But Stevie, if you're watching,
Stevie.
shout out to you.
I do know Stevie.
Yeah, we love Stevie.
All right. Let's go to the rock god and see what he thought of the Morganway.
Rock God.
It was fine.
Uh,
No, I
Oh.
mean, it's easy to listen to, but for me, it'll be easy to forget. Like, I listened to it once and you can tell, like, they're very talented. They're very good. They sound good together. I mean, there's a lot, I think there's a lot of people in the US that would like to listen to this band. Um, and they're good, but I think they could get played on a lot of different kinds of uh stations. You could play them on country, folk, rock, easy listening. I mean, they have a wide appeal. Um, they they could be the band you go to, you stumble across in a bar out of town because you have nowhere else to eat. They could be the band on American Idol. Like they could be anywhere, and they wouldn't be out of place. But you'd recognize they're good. But to me, I mean, it's just there's nothing about it that really grabs me and says, "Yeah, I gotta go find their new album," or "I gotta listen to this again." You know, I intended to listen to it a couple times, and I wound up only listening to it once because I just was like not compelled. Um, but like I said, like you can tell they're very good, and I think a lot of people would like them. I don't mind them. I mean, I think they probably do sound better live. I think that music that they play lends itself to that with the variety, and I just I think they just probably are a lot better live.
it's the wheelhouse of that genre. You know,
Yeah.
it allows you to bring in more. You know, you can change the tempo. I mean, if you're doing Metallica, you have no choice.
Like everything that's played seems at the same level. It's all kind of like frozen together.
Okay.
You know, like you
So
got to thaw it out, separate it a little bit.
well, that's a good scoring note. So, Mr.
Mm.
Young, let's go with the artwork for you. Score.
I'll go with a 3.
Oh.
Flow.
I mean, Flow, I think honestly, I don't think it would have mattered
Order.
where you put each song. I'm just gonna say it's a 4.
Okay. Band melody.
The melody, it's a 4.
Okay. Accessibility.
Again, it's easy to listen to. I'll give it a 4.
Okay. And production.
I mean, certainly not offensive. It's not like it's just easy to listen to.
Maybe it needs to be offensive.
I know. It's like you're almost apologizing that it's not offensive.
What was the last
Like-
one?
The last one is production.
I mean, I don't know, 3, I guess. I don't really
Okay.
know.
All right.
I felt that same way though about the flatness the first time listening. That's why I said this. I was surprised the second time. I was like, huh, I didn't get that the first time. So
Yeah, I felt the same way the first time I listened to it too. I went, I'm wondering why he picked this one. But as I listened to it more, it grew on me.
yeah.
But maybe it's just because I was listening to some crazy things happen in this coming week.
No, I'm listening to it thinking about, like you want to like it, right? So you're like, okay,
Yeah.
it's fine. Maybe the next one's a little bit better. Okay, it's about the same.
Yeah.
Maybe the next one's a little bit
Oh.
different, not necessarily better, but you know,
So, Sue,
but not worse.
yeah, Sue, where does this rest in your wheelhouse? One and done. I like it. It could grow on me. Number 3, I really enjoy it. It'll probably become an album I go back to. I can't believe I missed this. It's my favorite album ever.
I'll give it, I'm probably about the second choice there, because I am
Okay.
curious to hear their second album that came out.
All
Just
right.
to see if they've evolved at all, if they went in the direction I hoping that they went into or not. So
Deb?
Oh, can I do a decimal point on this one?
Yes, okay.
No, I'll just do a 2. I won't complicate
Yeah,
things.
okay.
I would do number 2. I mean, I would say number 3, if kind of to Sue's point, if I listened to their next album that they put out and went, wow, it might intrigue me to go back and listen to this album again to try to understand, did they pick up some cues from their audience about what they needed to change? Did they listen to, their production people, their whoever they're or in their circle as to what they could do better and what they should leave back in 2019? That would interest me. So stay tuned. So I'm still going to give it a 2. No, I'm going to give it a 3. Okay, 3.
there you go.
It's like I'm
Wow.
ordering it at a restaurant. I
I
don't
really enjoyed it, and it'll probably become an album I go back to from time to time.
there. That
Or are
that
you going to find yourself going back to the new one?
there you go.
Hmm.
Number 3.
Hmm.
Okay. Hmm.
Mr. Young already said one and done. Not for him. Right?
Yeah, probably not.
That's okay. This is why we do the show, right?
Yep.
We
Yep.
also-
We're not supposed to agree.
Yeah,
Except
well,
I like when
we
people
also do it
agree
so I
with
don't have to watch the idiot box.
Although if I get waterboarded ever, I'll probably request this be the music I hear doing it. Although I prefer the headphones, so that may not work out so well.
Are you sure you're in a safe space there, Jeff?
Ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, Jeff is in the place where they do waterboarding.
I'm gonna
the look on his face.
No, he washes his vegetables in that kitchen, doesn't he? I don't know. All right, so let's see. Get some scores here. So
Oh no.
all right.
dog.
So Sue scored an 18.5. Deb scored a 19.5, and Jeff scored an 18. So where am I in this?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm a little
Give it
different.
to me, baby.
You're a little different.
Yes, I am. I thought the artwork worked for. This is a 6-piece band.
I know.
In this
a
world,
lot.
that's a tough order, right? That's a lot of mouths to feed. So I'm gonna go a
I
little
mean,
bit
it's no
above
East
and
Street
say
band, but yeah.
yeah, 3.5. Next was the flow. I thought the flow was very, very good, but then again, I've gone in 5 times,
Okay.
and I'll tell you why in a minute. For 4.75, I thought it was if they would have taken things out of the sequences, I don't know if it would have worked as well. Fine. Next up is the band and melody. They are a 4.75. They're not a 5 because they're not there yet. But damn, they can play. They're multi-instrumentalists in between themselves, so they can probably play around with that as well, which probably is in the live shows and fascinating in that regard. They definitely get a lot of buzz on the live show. They are a bigger thing brewing, and they are moving, and it's being talked about already in the United States. So
Okay. Cool.
accessibility, yeah, this is very accessible, 4.75. That is also makes it not accessible by 0.25 because you don't want to sound like Fleetwood Mac, but you do.
I knew you were going to say this. I knew you were going to say this.
Okay.
Exactly.
I'm
Do you
still.
think they do it intentionally, or do you think it's just an influence that they
Well, listen,
pick up in?
people might have thought that Tea Party sounded like the way they sounded, like to do that to get attention, right? So you wait for the next album because that is going to tell you where the bear shit in the buckwheat. And that is the concept of the show here at this point. Was the reason is I didn't want to go to 2024 again because we already did a 2024 album last month. So I'm like, let's go see the debut. and everybody can
Okay.
decide whether they want to go check out 2024's
Oh, it's called Kill the Silence.
I think so.
That
Is
sounds
it Kill
right.
the Silence? Kill the
Kill the
Silence.
Silence. Yeah.
I think that's the name.
Yeah. So that to me, I think I don't think they meant, I think they like Fleetwood Mac. You know, that would be my assumption. I did hear the Dire Straits for sure.
Yeah.
And I did hear a little bit of rock, that like Pat Benatar kind of thing going on. I think they're rock harmony, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think maybe, and I haven't danced in the new album yet. I thought I would wait, and because this is one of those things where, remember Live, Mental Jewelry, and then you got Throwing Copper.
Yeah.
Boop, boop. I got
Yeah.
that feeling. I just do.
Yeah.
Right? So on the production side is, I gave it a that was a 4 point. Oh, yeah, I already explained it. On the production side, this is where they fall. I give production a 3. There needed to be, like Jeff said, what are you doing? It's all, you're not, where's the banger? You know, the vocal's a banger, but that's not enough. Unless your
Right.
vocal is Beth Hart, you know,
Yeah.
or the other lady from the band Hart, Ann Wilson. So that was my problem. That I felt like, you know, somebody said, all right, yeah, can you devil like this? Can you get Mike Portnoy? Let's do the
Yep.
toms. Go around,
We
baby.
gotta
Go
get the
round.
toms going. Yeah.
So yeah, so I scored, but that leads to a 21.25.
Wow.
So I get the average here. So that's a score of a 19.3125. Ava will continue to be the front runner
sorry.
at this juncture.
Good.
So
I like her.
yeah, again, this is catchy wheelhouse alt folk rock with great harmonies, but it's gonna need that a little bit more something, or you're not gonna get the rock god. You ain't gonna get those rockers. They're gonna want, you're gonna be Fleetwood Mac. You better bring your guitar a little bit upper key and get some. You got the vocalists, you got the vocals, you got the
Yeah.
harmonies, you got all that down pat. Now give it some edge, give it some gusto. Somebody might have to bleed on stage. I don't know. It's
No.
whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
No bleeding.
Oh.
All right. Well, I want to thank the panelists for participating. We will return in a couple of weeks. Send Mark.
Oh.
Tell your friends, your
Talking my
neighbors, your
ear.
teacher, your dog walker, your mail person, your spiritual advisor, and maybe your parents. Your parents might have a suggestion for an album to send us. Send them that one it's a double album. It's 3 hours long. Anyway.
Skinny puppy.
Yeah, Rick or Rick Wakeman is on it.
Yeah. Horrible. Anyway, we're on the web at beyondyourradio.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, of course. Articles, videos, that podcast, possible. Who knows? Maybe can they add another day in the week?
Yeah.
A Sunday. It's between Sunday and Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. It's good. Anyway, go Beyond Your Radio with us, a real music appreciation channel. Thanks for watching and happy listening.